What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a Week 1 2016 NFL podcast. For the Panthers and the Broncos, that was a Thursday night game, so that's a separate podcast. It's available on iTunes, Android, YouTube, right here on this channel, in the playlist for NFL recaps. We're going to go ahead and jump into the Packers and the Jaguars right now. I'm going to tell you this right. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is Houdini in a Packers uniform. The passes and the way that this guy escapes, he doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion, for his mobility. That's just my opinion. The guy, I really am looking forward to the Jaguars having an unbelievable season. I really thought at one point in this game that they would have been able to pull it out, but Aaron Rodgers is just too much. You know, Jordy Nelson is back. You know, guys were making plays all over the place. But look, the name of the game was Aaron Rodgers. Let's just call it what it is, bro. The guy has to be the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He has to be. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy just goes out there. He has an unbelievable arm. We know that about the Hail Mary last year. We know that this guy makes unbelievable plays every game. He already has a ring, so I don't really know how much more he needs to do to solidify himself. I really don't know if the Packers, maybe they do, though. I don't know if they have enough to beat the Panthers, but we have to wait and see about that. It is only game one. But looking at the Jaguars, Blake Bortles look good. You know, Allen and them boys, like, they're playing with the intention that they want, you know what I'm saying, like with the intent that they want to go out there and win football games. So looking forward, people are calling the Jaguars a sleeper team. I think they're going to win a lot of games outright. I think they have enough to do that. We have to wait and see what's going on with it, but I do like what I'm seeing from the Jaguars. Coming in game one, a young team, but the Packers, they look really good, man. They were able to score at will, and Aaron Rodgers got his target back, so I think the Packers will be fine. So looking forward with that, Eddie Lacy, they call him Shreddy Lacy. I wouldn't go that far. He still looks a little bit big. He had a lot of runs that he could have broke for 6 if he didn't have as much weight on, but he's a power back. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what goes on with that, but I wouldn't go as far as what, you know, the commentators were saying that his teammates are calling him Shreddy Lacy. That's ridiculous. The man still looks like the Michelin Man. He's just not as big as he was last year. And kudos to him, man, because we saw what happened with the Buffalo Bills. They cut Carlos Williams. He came in looking like a fat animal, and they got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Eddie Lacy for still being on the team and doing what he had to do and, you know, taking a little bit of time off from McDonald's breakfast. Going into the Chargers and the Chiefs, the Chargers started this game off, and I thought that the Chiefs were just going to be bums all season based on this one game. Because, like, when I start looking at things, game one means a lot to me because it goes into preparation. You know, just seeing how readily available it says everything to me about what your season is going to be like. So when I saw how the Chargers came out prior to Keenan Allen being injured, which is just so devastating to the Chargers, it's such a bad, the Chargers just have a real omen over them and their organization, man. I don't know what's going on with it, bro. Ever since LaDainian Tomlinson left, that organization just got, it's just been like sucked into a realm of hell. Because whatever can go wrong goes wrong. I don't know how you're up 21 in the fashion that they were beating on the Chiefs and you still lose. Now, people are blaming the coach. I don't know if we could, you know, just outright blame him, you know what I'm saying, for what happened, but he has a lot to do with it, bro. McCoy, I don't know what's going to happen with him, but you can't blow a lead like that, bro. You just can't do it. They managed to do it, so I don't really know what's going to come after this. All I can tell you is this. Phillip Rivers looked good. Woodhead looked good. You know, they had receivers that came in for Keenan Allen, made some plays. I don't know how Gates is still playing. That man is older than freaking Moses. But they were making a lot of plays. They did what they had to do. But at the end of the day, they went into overtime and got taken care of accordingly by Alex Smith's late touchdown. But the Chiefs, I'm going to tell you, the resilience that they showed, like Andy Reid to me, even when he was with Philadelphia, he just looked like a guy that liked cheesesteaks. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably still has his cheesesteak delivered to Kansas City. But he just looks like a fat, just like a fat guy just out there to eat. You know, I don't know how to really describe him. He has like 17 stomachs. But the guy, when it comes to, you know, throwing the ball like short passes, having a scheme with the West Coast offense, you remember Brian Westbrook and McNabb? His offensive scheme is unbelievable, bro. The way he got back in this game was unreal. And I think you got to give credit more to the Chargers for being bums than the Chiefs for being winners. Because for you to give that up, no matter what's going on, that was unacceptable. But I'm telling you right now, what they showed me, Macklin and them boys coming in and making those plays, the Chiefs are going to once again come out and make some noise, man. So beware. Beware of that. I'm going to say one thing about this game and just go on to the next. The Saints disappointed me completely. But Jack Del Rio is a gutsy mother effer, bro. He is a gutsy mother effer. Listen, when he went for 2 and then they called the timeout, the Saints called the timeout, I was like, it's no way that he's going to come back out and go for 2. And for a fade route to Crabtree, though, listen to me. The Raiders beating the Saints the way they did, even with Cooks with that ridiculous touchdown, like 98 yards, whatever it was. Drew Brees looked really, really good, but I was very disappointed. I cannot believe they lost this game, but more credit to Jack Del Rio and the cojones that this man possesses in his pants, bro. Because usually you're going to call their bluff by calling that timeout. They came right back out and went for 2. I love the Raiders. I love what they did in that game, man. I love what they did. There's not really much to talk about. I'm not going to waste your time talking about it. It was a high-scoring game. You can look at the score and see what's going on. But at the end of the day, it comes down to that 2-point conversion, man. Shout out to the Raiders. Rest in peace, Al Davis. I wish you were alive to see that game. That was unbelievable. Bengals and the Jets. Revis Island has been devastated by, A.J. Green. It's no more. Darrelle Revis needs to move to safety right now or retire. He is a bum. I don't want to hear any New York Jet fans telling me anything otherwise. He is a bum. 10 for 10, though. AJ Green, though, getting beat on the post, though. All over the place, though. Listen to me. Revis, move to safety. You are a bum, sir. You are a bum. Point blank, period, simple. Browns and Eagles. RG3, what in the hell were you doing, bruh? What in the hell did you think you were doing out there on that field? You stunk up the joint, bro. Stunk it up. You made a rookie. Carson Wentz was unbelievable. Listen to me. If you're looking for a quarterback in fantasy and you just is like nothing else available, whatever, and he wasn't picked up, Carson Wentz showed like veteran poise, man. Veteran poise on this team with Hugh Jackson and all this. He's supposed to be doing all the Browns are going to suck again, man. And I was one of those guys that like, yo, they're probably going to be decent. I take it all back. They suck. Terrell Pryor looked good. RG3, you stunk up the joint. Carson Wentz, shout out to him, though. Okay? Looking at the Vikings and the Titans, though, let me tell you something about the Vikings and the Titans. The Titans came out. I looked at DeMarco Murray. I was like, yo, I just want him to make up for what Chip Kelly did to him with the Eagles. Go out there, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do. Bruh, I don't know what the hell happened in this game. All I know is that the Vikings defense, because Sean Hill is garbage. That's why they brought in Sam Bradford. See, look, let me just explain something to guys that they were wondering why that trade was necessary. Because the owners know that Sean Hill is a trash bucket with like, I don't know what kind of feces is in the bucket, but it's disgusting. And for everybody to say, yo, Teddy Bridgewater, he was a game manager. Let me just say this. It would have been a worse blowout if Teddy Bridgewater was in this game. The Titans started off well. Mariota made some throws where you were like, are you blind? What the hell are you looking at? Does that even make any sense? Like, I really had to question, like, what is this guy doing? I don't know what the hell he was doing. Listen, he started off well. After DeMarco Murray did a front flip into the end zone for a touchdown, everything went to hell. And I've been trying to tell people, the Vikings have a stout defense. I don't expect them to win a Super Bowl, but they're going to be formidable. You know what I'm saying? Because their defense is very, very fast, strong, agile. They're ready to go. I was very disappointed in Blair Walsh's start, but at the end of the day, he finished off pretty consistent. So we'll see what happens with him. But these NFL kickers, they all suck. But the Titans, man, that was bad. That was bad to fall apart the way they did. It was embarrassing. But we have to wait to see what happens. I don't know why Marcus Mariota was throwing picks directly to defenders when he's trying to just like make plays and do stupidness. But we have to wait to see how it evolves. I don't like the Titans. They're gonna have a losing season again. Seriously, they're gonna have a losing season again based on the things that they did. Derrick Henry's a stud, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't see anything fascinating about them doing anything at all this NFL season. I'm sorry. Bears and Texans. Jay Cutler's gonna find a defender. One way or another, he's gonna throw the ball to a defender, and that's pretty much what the name of the game was. Look, the guy, you cannot question his arm strength. All you can question is his heart. And Osweiler, he started off pretty pedestrian, but him and Hopkins, and they got Will Fuller, they're gonna be something to watch. If Osweiler can make those throws, the Texans are going to be something to watch. They get an offense. J.J. Watt come back. Clowney and them boys start doing their thing. It's going to be something serious going on over there, bro. I wouldn't count the Texans just out completely. It's going to be a lot of action going on this year with Houston Texans, man. If Osweiler could just make some consistent throws. He had a lot of throws that were horrible and disgusting mixed, but for the most part, I think that they could survive with him at the helm at QB. Bills and Ravens. I already knew that Rex Ryan was going to come up short. I knew that was going to happen. I will tell you this, though. Flacco looked good coming off that knee injury. It was a lot of times that the offensive line just said, hey, come in and set my quarterback. And he was able to get away and make some really, really efficient throws on the run and throw some nice dots when necessary. I wasn't expecting the Bills to win this game at all. I knew the Ravens would come out and win the game. It was just a situation where I knew that Rex Ryan is going to be Rex Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come out there and he's going to just lay down and take it from the back. Look, I dealt with it for a very, very long time when he was the New York Jets coach. I know what he's about. It's a lot of talk and not a lot of, action and progression with the team itself. Not saying that the Bills are going to be completely out of it. I'm just saying that Rex Ryan as a head coach, I think he's better off for just being a defensive coordinator. Not to knock him. I think he's a great guy, and based on the way the players talk about him, I know they love him. But it's a difference between trying to come out there and win championships and, just liking your coach. And I just think that if there was somebody else that could take the reign, I don't see the Bills doing anything, man. You can't beat the Ravens. You're not beating the Patriots. So, it is what it is. It's going to be another year where the Bills just running around and just doing whatever they want and coming up short. That's pretty much what I see in the future of the Bills. Buccaneers and the Falcons. Jameis Winston started off slow. There was a lot of naysayers about him, man. Bruh, that man, he's something special. I don't, coming out of college when he was stealing crab legs, I didn't know what he was going to do. He's a alleged rapist. He was just doing everything you could possibly do to just F your whole name up. But so far in the NFL, he's been pretty consistent with keeping a low profile, doing what he has to do. Mike Evans, that man right there, I'm going to tell you again, man, that man right there. They got Doug Martin. Vincent Jackson is pretty much washed up, but he's a very, very good blocker, strong guy that helps that run game. The Buccaneers are solid. The Falcons, they have Matty Ice, a.k.a. Matty Dry Ice. He's going to do things that are not going to be acceptable for your team's success. Every game he's going to do it. He has a very, very weak arm. I don't really like him as that guy for the Falcons. Seriously, when you got a guy like Julio Jones and you can't throw the ball down the field, it's time for you to move on. You need somebody that can just air it out. You just got to have a guy that can just throw the ball 60, 70 yards, man. Because Julio Jones, you got Sanu. Sanu looked good also. Let me just say that. Devontae Freeman, rather pedestrian. But, for what we expected from last year when he just came out like a bat out of hell. But Matty Ice, I'll continue to say this. If you go back even years back when I first started doing NFL podcasts and the recaps, it's just not something that I like for the Falcons. I don't like Matty Ice as quarterback for the Falcons. And it's nothing personal. I just think that he doesn't have the arm to get the ball down the field to the receivers that he has. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you had Jameis Winston on that team, let me tell you something right now. Julio Jones be in the end zone all the time. Might as well give him a 10. Just give him a 10 back there. Like, seriously. But for Matty Ice, you're going to get some close games. You're going to get some things. You're going to get a couple wins or whatever like that. The Falcons are not going anywhere with him at the helm. Dolphins at the Seahawks. Everybody wants to do chain gangs and all kind of stuff with the flag and all. Everybody's paying too much attention to that crap, and they're not out there trying to perform. Russell Wilson was rather pedestrian, even though he had over 300 yards. The Dolphins' defense is stout. They're really, really stout, man. I can't say anything bad about it. They know what they're doing, man. People are going to say that the Seahawks just didn't play well. No, you got to give the credit to the Dolphins. The Dolphins should have outright won this game. They should have outright won it. They just didn't. The Seahawks made those plays towards the end, did the comeback in the fourth, and it's a wrap. Then their defense ended it. But I don't like how Russell Wilson played overall. He just threw that one pick he threw. He's running on the run, just throw it in the air as far as you can. Okay, you can throw the ball on the run. Doesn't mean you got to throw a pick, you idiot. I don't know what you're doing, man. Just keep being, this guy with Ciara and he's, Future's kid, and then he thinks he's the real dad. I don't know what he's doing, but he needs to get focused. The Dolphins, however, Tannehill made a lot of good plays. The defense, Sue looked good. Cameron Wake, them boys, Mario Williams. That defense is going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem this year. I'm going to tell you that right now. They lost, but they're going to be a problem. The Giants and the Cowboys, Dak Prescott started off 4 for 4. He was his only incompletion was a drop to start. he showed a lot of poise. I do like the Dallas Cowboys going forward. I still think that the Giants will win the division because it's just experience. Even though people don't give Eli enough credit, Victor Cruz with that salsa and that game-winning TD, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, the guy was battling a groin injury. There was a lot of things going on with it. People thought that he wouldn't be able to come in and give them anything that they needed. You got to remember, OBJ is going to draw a double team, and he's going to still get his yards. But when you're drawing a double team consistently, and you got Victor Cruz, you got, Sterling Shepard, you got guys that can make plays, the Giants should win this division with their eyes closed, bruh. I don't like Washington at all. I'm not saying that, and I'm saying just to say it, like looking at it just like with blinders on. I'm just saying I don't like what I see as far as their core. I don't like the dependence on Kirk Cousins. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see how as the season plays out. But I think that the Giants now, they have enough to win this division outright and make the playoffs under McAdoo. You know what I'm saying, bro? I just like saying his name, bro, McAdoo. But Dak Prescott deserves a lot of credit to come in there and as a rookie and do what he did. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you would have got anything different with Tony Romo in this game. It wasn't like last year with all those bum quarterbacks. I don't think you would have got anything different with Tony Romo. That's just an honest opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys are going to tell me about myself like you guys usually do. But I'm just going to say that. They played well. They didn't make enough plays to win the game, and the Giants made the plays when they counted. Shout out to Victor Cruz with that salsa. Lions and the Colts. Look, when I talk about Andrew Luck, right, and I say that he's a bum, I say he's a bum simply for the fact that I just think he's an underachiever for the money that he makes. When you look at the stats, statistically, he played very well this game. I don't know how the Colts managed to lose this game when they scored that late game touchdown and you made this guy just go right down the field and do whatever they wanted to do. I don't understand how that happened, but we're not even going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is, are you serious that you made Jim Caldwell beat you? Jim Caldwell. Listen to me. Let's just be very, very... Look, Andrew Luck, bro, every time I think the Colts are going to come out and do something, Andrew Luck lets me down. And he came out later in the game and played very, very well, but he started off making some horrible, horrible throws, man. They were horrible, and I don't give a F what you guys are saying. They were horrible throws. It's as simple as that. You cannot make throws like that. And I understand, like, yeah, but he came back, he finished strong, all that stuff. You don't got to finish that strong if you play consistently well. You're getting paid so much goddamn money. Please, throw the ball to a wide open receiver. Later on in the game, he made those plays to, what was this guy? The little fast guy, Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, right? But earlier in the game, you saw T.Y. Hilton's frustration when he was wide open and there was a lot of throws. Those kind of things that happen regularly from Andrew Luck, that takes away from the confidence of the receivers because they don't know if they're going to get hit when they're open. That's a problem. And then you let the Lions come and beat on you without Calvin Johnson? What the hell are you guys doing? That doesn't make any sense. And I understand, again, there's going to be a lot of guys, yeah, bro, you're too hard on Andrew Luck. He was hurt last year. Is he hurt now? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many excuses are you going to give this guy? He's making all this damn money. If you're going to make this money, bruh, play like you're worth the money. And like I said, if you're playing and you're playing well and I see it and it's just the other guys not making plays, I'm gonna be fair with it. But Andrew Luck, it's not always about coming back from behind. That's why Tim Tebow got released, was all over the place. He played very, very well in the last 7 minutes, but he was horrible for the entire game. You got to come out there and consistently you got to play well. And they didn't. Patriots and the Cardinals. Listen to me right now. Carson Palmer, he ended this game well. I understand that it was off a missed field goal. He put them in position to win. Carson Palmer will consistently let you down. And again, I know that they played well enough to win, and he got them in field goal range perfectly, okay, for the game winner, and it's all in the field goal kicker. I understand that it was a low snap. I don't know who that snapper was, but he should be fired while I'm doing this podcast. But for you to lose to Jimmy G, you come out there and lose to a guy that everybody is saying, they still going to need Tom Brady, something like that. Let me tell you something about Jimmy G. He went out there, he made plays when nothing was there, bro. He made plays when nothing was there. They came in and they said that he eluded it. He's faster. I don't know if Tom Brady was even worried about it, but I don't know how much longer Tom Brady got in the league when you got a guy like Garoppolo just chilling right there on the bench. I'm sorry. He adds a different aspect of mobility. He's accurate. He throws the ball pretty well. and he has confidence. So I love me some Tom Brady, but he's getting kind of old. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I do think that this was probably going to be the hardest challenge for the Patriots on their schedule while Tom Brady takes that 4-game hiatus and just plays golf until he has to come back. So we have to wait and see what happens, but Carson Palmer, in my opinion, is solely responsible for lost years of Larry Fitzgerald. Because will he give you some great throws? Yes. But he will also make devastating decisions when everything is on the line. And it doesn't really kind of apply to yesterday when he actually got them in field goal range and the kicker just sucked ass. But overall, Carson Palmer is a bum in my opinion. Thank you for joining me for this recap. Let me know what you're thinking. Until next time, one love.